Alright, so out here on the 25th of September, came home from school for the weekend to pull moisture samples, so we're out here checking corn today. Isn't that right, Bailey? Huh? Bailey, ready to get out of the truck? You wanna go for a walk? Huh? This is actually the third field I planted. But come on, Bailey, get down here. Come on. You gotta get. Come on, cooperate. She's got hip dysplasia in her back legs, which means her hips are deformed, so she doesn't get around all that great. And if she does a whole lot of jumping, she gets really sore. Come on, babe. Anyway, back to the story. This is actually the third field I planted. But the ground is real sandy, so really no matter when I plant it, this is always the first one dry. So if I had to guess, this is going to be the first one that gets run. Bailey! Where you at, goober? Here she comes. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what this field does, because it's by far the best looking one I had. Oh yeah, that's dry. So, Bailey, where'd that goofy dog go? Here she comes. So yeah, and then also got a little bit of interesting news. That quad track video I made, if any of you guys read the description, my roommate Cody Hornaday, who was also in the video from Rantoula Diskin, is a grad student, and he's a TA for Agronomy 105 down at Purdue, which is the introductory agronomy course for freshmen. And he wanted to make, right now they're talking about tillage in his lab, and he wanted to make a video to show his students how basic tillage operation works and how auto steer works. And he works at a farm down there in Delphi, and we were out there working ground with that quad track, and we decided just for shits and giggles we'd make that video. And yeah, we put that thing up on YouTube, and Cody turned into a little schoolgirl. I ain't never seen him that excited since in the 3 years I've known him. But he showed that video to the class coordinator, Dr. Erickson, and I guess Erickson also teaches an online class, and he saw that video and he liked it so much he wants me and Cody to make more videos like that for him for his online class. So I'm probably going to make that its own playlist, but I figured, and he's also going to pay us to do it, so I don't know if you guys will enjoy that or not. As fast as that quad track video took off, apparently somebody likes them, so expect to be seeing a few more videos like that this fall. You having fun, bae? Huh? I've never seen a dog in my life loves walking around cornfield as much as she does. So yeah, Bailey, come on. So yeah, that's what's going on there. I'd expect I don't know. We'll have to see what this corn tests at. I don't think I'll be running combine next weekend. I think I'm probably going to try to hold off another 2 weeks. Because with the low corn prices, the drier I can get it standing in the field, the better. And we're going to have at least another full week of this good, hot, windy, drying weather. And Mom and Dad are going on vacation, and he won't be back till next Sunday anyway, so I'd have to try moving equipment stuff by myself, which doesn't usually work that good. And I think he wants to be around for the start or for harvest anyway. Well, I know he wants to be around for harvest anyway, so I figure probably wait till he's around to start, just for his sake. There's already been guys around here that have been cutting beans. Hadn't anybody really touched corn. Driving home yesterday, the furthest north I saw anybody running corn was about the Wanata area, which is still probably a good, as the crow flies, 40-ish minutes south and over a little bit. We have had definitely around here had a better area than, or better year than most, because I'll admit this is some pretty good looking corn. Won't know how good it is till it's going in the grain tank, but so that will probably be the first cornfield I combine. I guarantee it, as dry as that corn is. So get old Bailey here loaded back up. We're going to go check on a bean field. Alright, this is my farthest along bean field. And I'm really embarrassed about this foxtail that came up in here, but it's just this little front corner. And it wasn't worth getting the sprayer out to get dirty just to do this little, however big this is, from there to there and then right to here. And this part of the field always gets weedy, although actually now that I get out here it's not really as bad as I thought it was. Although something's been out here eating the pods off my bean plants. I think I either got a deer or a woodchuck problem still. But anyway, you coming, babe? This field has actually got two different hybrids in it, and you can see because there's a light tan and a dark tan. Half of these beans are Pioneer and half of these beans are Channel. Because I had some Pioneer beans I wanted to get rid of. Yeah, you get out of that corner and these things actually look really good. You can see the one spot I missed with the sprayer. But these things are these things are loaded with pods. I'm actually pretty impressed. This field's actually drier than what I even thought it was, because I drove by it earlier today on the way to the bank. And with beans, there's no real good way to shell them to moisture test them, because you'll be out here for hours. Oh hell, them things are dry. So the best thing to do is bite them. And if they crack, still just a tad bit doughy. But if you bite them and they crack, that's a pretty good indicator that they're ready to run. Because with beans, you want them under 13%, ideally, otherwise they'll mold. And beans are really susceptible to changes in moisture. If it rains, they'll soak it up like a sponge. Where corn, if it rains, it doesn't really care. It might go up a little bit, but as soon as the breeze kicks up, it'll drop right back down. Beans would have to dry a day or two after a rain. But and that's also why nobody really dries beans in a bin or anything. I mean, some guys do it if you have no choice but to run them really wet. But beans are really easy to over dry and they will burn. Not like catch on fire, but they'll scorch if you dry them too much. And you lose test weight and all sorts of other negative effects. So that's why, at least in my opinion, it's best just to let them stand in the field. Although, man, if it wasn't for that spot up where them weeds are, weeds will also make beans dry slow. But if it wasn't for where them weeds are at, and then up here by this fence row, where the sun can't get on them, they're still a little green. So, as long as the weather's looking good, we're alright. Yeah, the pods are still holding good. As long as the pods don't fall off or the pods don't start to shatter. Which, if you let beans dry too long, the pods will actually open up and drop the seeds, which is what they would do naturally. I'll just let these stand and I'll probably run this field of beans and that field of corn first. But yeah, these things, they'd probably go next weekend. But yeah, see, it's green all along there, which ain't that big of a deal. It wouldn't do a whole lot for moisture, but it's just best to not do it. This is also the first year that I've actually had beans come up back here, because normally that tree shaded out this whole area and I'd probably lost a better part of 30 feet out into the field in a big circle. They get a little short here because this isn't actually topsoil. This is just whatever got spread back out when we were done cleaning the fence row. But I'm impressed. That was definitely worth cleaning up. Come on, babe, let's head back to the truck. So yeah, these things are right on the verge. And you get up closer to the fence row here, and there's still some green, so it ain't gonna hurt them to stand. Well, head back to the house and test that corn. Alright. So when I do corn, I usually break the ear in half because it's easier to hand shell. And you can also get a pretty good indicator of how dry corn is by how easy it shells by hand. Like the way this is shelling, chances are it's probably under, if I had to guess, it's probably under 25%. Oh, wow, that's maybe a little drier than 25%. And I try, when I do it, to get 2 ears, at least 2 ears out of both ends of the field. Or one from one end and one from the center, or something to that effect, just so you get a little bit better idea. Alright. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna guess, we'll see how good I am. I'm gonna guess Oh, 22%. Oh, damn, I'm good. Swear to God, I didn't. Well, you watched me shell the corn. 21.7. And 54-pound test weight. Not bad. This is a Agtronics. I can't remember what model this thing is. Probably says here. Agtronics AgMac grain or moisture tester that we got from Rural King. It is made in China, which I wasn't too thrilled about, but it's owned by an American company. And the first one we got was a pile. So there was something wrong with the program in it, and it didn't. It wouldn't read moisture or anything. It kept throwing off error codes. And Dad called out to, I think it's in Kansas, I think is where their main headquarters is. Dad called out there and told them about it, and they were like, well, that's not right. Go ahead and send us the one you got, and we'll send you a new one free of charge. So this is actually the second one, and with that kind of service, I see no reason to not. 21.8, that's consistent. 53, average 21.8. So yeah, I really, they're good people to work with if they'll do that kind of stuff for you without. And we had the new one sitting in the garage before we even shipped the old one to them. So that's service right there. And this thing is pretty darn accurate. It's usually within a point or two, or within a percentage point of, or within a 0.1% of the elevator. I guess is the best way I should put that. It gives you test weight, and it'll take the average of all the tests you run. So like here, I'm going to run 3 tests on this one field to see what the average is, and then you can go ahead and clear it for the next field. $21.5. I'm liking what I see, boys. Average 21.7. I've tested 2 other fields so far, and that's been the driest. I got 2 more fields I got to test, and I'm gonna write them down, and I want to kind of track how they're drying. So that's the reason I'm doing that. But if this weather keeps up, I'll bet that field's gonna be under 20%.